Hey everybody, this is Alzorath, and welcome to another episode of Hearthstone Arena Trials. We're looking at choice of 3 heroes right now. We got Valeera Sanguinar, the Rogue, Gul'dan, and Uther Lightbringer. Between these, I could choose pretty much any of them. I have about as much experience with each of them. Paladin's the only one I have like a bit more experience with the cards of. Warlock and Rogue, I'm not really that versed with, so I might want to actually do them just to learn them a little bit better. Warlock, I've actually played a little bit of, but I don't know that much about him, so we're going to go with the Rogue, I think. It's something I haven't done yet. We haven't done Lightbringer on the channel yet, but give it time. We will. Let's go ahead and jump into the Rogue. Dagger Mastery. Okay. Gives us a weapon. Opening choices. Not too great. We have the SI7 agent, and Twilight Drake, and the Angry Chicken. None of these are exceptionally great. I guess the agent is the least bad of the group. Wish we could have gotten a better one. Oh, let's see. On these ones we have Tauren Warrior. Really good if you get him with a mage, because you can shoot him and give him pumps, which makes him kind of nasty. He's also a taunt guy, which means he gets in the way. Bluegill Warrior, and only good if you're going with Murlocs. And Ogre Magi, which is spell damage +1. As far as the choices go, I think Tauren Warrior is, again, the least bad of the bad. Okay, we have Assassinate, which is awesome removal. We have Leper Gnome and Sen'jin Shieldmaster. Sen'jin Shieldmaster is one of the best taunt guys, and Assassinate is awesome removal. I think we're going to go with Assassinate, though, because while the Shieldmaster trades, the Assassinate guarantees a death, I think. All of these are good cards. I like all of them. It's between the Sen'jin and the Assassinate. Hovering the mouse back and forth because I'm really indecisive right now. Let's go with the Assassinate. Hopefully we'll get another chance at the Shieldmaster. This one, the Wisp, is a 0-cost card, meaning you can play it out with the Knife Juggler, but not so good by itself. The Leper Gnome and the Fairy Dragon are both okay cards. Leper Gnome does have the nice little fact of he's a 1 that kind of trades out 1 for 2 damage and another card usually. Fairy Dragon being a 3/2 that just can't be targeted. We're going to go with the Fairy Dragon. We can hide it behind stuff. Hopefully. Since we're not a mage, neither of the spell damage +1s really help that much. And the fact that their attack is much lower for that ability, for the cost, kind of hurts them a little bit. The Archmage is just a big creature in general, but it's not as big as you'd really want it to be. We're going to go with the Swamp Ooze, push our curve down a little bit lower. And we get choices here. We get Kidnapper, which is return a minion to its owner's hand if you've played another card that turn. It's good both as a defensive and offensive tactic. Big Game Hunter, haven't had good luck with this because I don't run across too many large creatures. Most people are going kind of rushy. And Mountain Giant gets a cost reduction base for each card in hand. I think we're going to go with Kidnapper. I haven't played with him before, so he is a little fragile. I don't really like that in a 6-cost card. Is Mountain Giant the better pick? I think Mountain Giant may be the better pick, so we're going to go with the Mountain Giant. Conceal gives your minion stealth until next turn. That's decent effect. The Boulderfist Ogre is just a big guy, and the Loot Hoarder is kind of a trick. It's between the Boulderfist Ogre and the Conceal. I think Conceal may be better, but it can be your guys can still be shot by things like Flame Strike and stuff, whereas the Boulderfist Ogre is just a big guy that they have to deal with. I think we'll go with Conceal. It's cheaper. And let's see, here we got Fen Creeper, which is a good taunt guy. We got Razorfin Hunter with +1/+1 with a 1/1 boar, basically, is actually a good thing for a hunter deck, but not for us. And Dark Iron Dwarf gives a minion +2 attack. Between the Fen Creeper and the Dwarf, the Fen Creeper is a great taunt guy, and the Dwarf is a good little trick. I think we're going to go with the Fen Creeper, though, because we do need some taunt. Ooh, and we get a legendary. Oh my goodness. We get Tinkmaster Overspark, which can transform things into Devil Swords or Squirrels at random. Kind of a flip of the coin kind of card there. We have Baron Geddon. I think it's probably the best one out of the batch here. He's going to deal 2 damage to all other characters at the end of the turn, so he kind of survives a lot of stuff. And Captain Greenskin is going to give your weapon +1. I think Baron Geddon is the best one out of here. Tinkmaster is a nice little trick, but he's kind of unreliable, so we're going with Baron. And, oh, we get a second one. Oh my goodness gracious. Wow. Hogger is good because it just summons a taunt guy every turn. provided they aren't able to kill it. Edwin Van Cleef is good if you have a lot of cheap cards, and Onyxia, not too great in my opinion. Just summons a bunch of 1/1 guys. So it's between Onyxia and Hogger. Onyxia is just a big guy. Hogger's going to come out earlier. I think Hogger's the right choice. We have Vanish, which returns all minions to their owner hands. Stormwind Champion, which works kind of good with the gnolls that Hogger will be pumping out. And we have Goldshire Footman, which is just kind of a laugh compared to these other two. Our curve is looking a little high right now, so it's kind of hard to choose these big guys. I think we're going with Stormwind Champion. Sprint is draw 4 cards for 7 costs. Kind of expensive for its function. But it is kind of good late game because, well, you're usually both card starved by then. It can give you a huge card advantage. Cold Blood can boost your guys if you play 2 cards in a turn. Cold Blood can actually make a guy huge, and Nightblade is deal 3 damage to the enemy hero. It's between Nightblade and Cold Blood. I don't really want Sprint, but I might take it in if it comes around again. Don't have a lot of guys. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guys out of 11. Oh, we do have a decent amount of guys. I think Cold Blood then. Ancient Brewmaster, Bloodfin Raptor. Ancient Brewmaster is good with the taunt guy because he basically gives them a second chance at being a taunt. Bloodfin Raptor is a good little early trade guy, and Gnomish Inventor is a good little cantrip. It's between Ancient Brewmaster and Gnomish. I don't really like the Bloodfin Raptor. I'd rather have my turn 2 drops have an effect. So let's get a 4 guy just to fill out our curve a little bit more. Fan of Knives deals 1 damage to all enemy minions and you draw a card, which is a decent little thing. It's a card draw, but we also have Cult Master here. Deadly Poison, not so much. So it's between Cult Master and Fan of Knives. We're going with Fan of Knives. We need some removal. Wild Pyromancer, Head Crack. And if we cast a card earlier in the turn, it actually returns that to our hand. And destroy your weapon to deal its damage to all enemies. Blade Fury or Head Crack, we're not going to have many weapons. We get a 1/2 each and every turn. So it's basically a 1-use version of Fan of Knives for 1 cost less. Let's go with Head Crack. Okay, Shadow Step. Return friendly minion to your hand. It costs 2 less. Good for Battle Cry, guys. So it'd like work good with Gnomish Inventor. It would work good with the SI Agent. It would work good with Acidic Swamp Ooze. But most of these guys aren't going to be sticking around a lot, is the only problem with them. So Shadow Step may not be the best choice, but I don't like Mad Bomber and I don't like Venture Cove Mercenary, so we are taking Shadow Step. It's the only reason I took it, because I didn't like the other 2 cards at all. Betrayal is a very good card. It's really good if they have a big guy. You can use them to shut down 2 of their other allies. Nightblade, again, it's an okay card. It deals 3 damage to the enemy hero. And Cult Master. It's between Betrayal and Cult Master. Betrayal gives us more control, because we're probably going to be playing control until we can get up to the Hogger. We might not even play Baron Geddon in the actual game if we get Hogger out. Again, another Mad Bomber, Frostwolf Grunt, and a Stormwind Knight. None of these are good. I don't like any of these 3. I wish I could just throw them all away. Sorry about that. I was interrupted by a phone. There we go. Why is it still sitting there? There we go. Silence. Anyway, sorry about that. That was very, very bad choice by me. I don't know why it even went off. Frostwolf Grunt or Stormwind Knight. Stormwind Knight has charge. Frostwolf Grunt has taunt. What do I value more? Let's go ahead and get the charge guy. He can at least be a trick. We got another Conceal. Woo. Another Mad Bomber. I could go like the Mad Bomber crazy route if I would have seen this from the beginning, but I think I'm going to go with Cult Master on this one. Another Wild Pyromancer popping up. A Young Priestess. I think I like the Young Priestess. The Crazed Alchemist is pretty nice too for destroying some 0 attack guys like totems. Let's go ahead and get... Tough decision here. Young Priestess. Thalmar, Thrallmar Farseer, Wind Fury is nice, and if I could pump him, that would be awesome. Silverback Patriarch or Earthen Ring Farseer. Earthen Ring Farseer is a healer, and the Patriarch is a taunt. I think we'll just go for the cheap taunt guy, honestly. The Wind Fury guy, we have a decent amount of control, but we want to just keep the enemies slowed down. Is the Wind Fury a bad choice? I think it might be. A 3/3 guy isn't that bad either. This is just kind of like choosing the bleh of the bleh. We will go with the... Let's go with the Farseer. He trades better. Another Mad Bomber. Jesus. Yeah, crap. And we don't really have anything that can benefit from the Dalaran Mage besides Fan of Knives, so we're not going to go with that. It's between the Oasis Snapjaw and the Mad Bomber. Again, I don't like Mad Bombers. Oh, we get an Assassin's Blade, a Patriarch, and a Defias Ringleader. I think the Ringleader is probably the best choice because it gives us more guys to slow them down even more and trade better. Eviscerate, deal 2 damage. If it's combo, deal 4 damage instead. That's actually a really good card for its cost. Voodoo Doctor trades. I think Eviscerate's going to be our best choice here. We could get Sprint for some card draw. I hate getting a card that expensive for just card draw. It needs to have another function. And there's cheaper options for other classes as well that draw like 2 or 3 cards. So it's 1 for 4. Could let us dig for those guys though. Yeah, we'll grab it. Just the one. We're not going to grab another one. Okay, out of here. It's Elven Archer or Sen'jin Shieldmaster. War Golem is not bad either as a 7/7 for 7 cost. He's 1 cost more than our big guy. I think we got one of the big guys in this one. Or am I thinking of another match? I think I might be thinking of another match. But there's a 6/7 guy for 6 cost. That's pretty good. We're going to go with the Shieldmaster. We want the taunt. And Angry Chicken, Master Swordsmith, and Ancient Mage. Swordsmith. Just plain and simple. The other 2 just weren't worth anything to us. Backstab deals 2 damage to a minion. Shattered Sun Clerk gives friendly minion +1/+1. And the Dragonling gives us more guys. It's between the Shattered Sun and the Backstab. Backstab is a nice removal, especially considering it's free. Whereas Shattered Sun Clerk is more guys. How are we looking for guys? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We have 18 out of 26. Not too bad on the ally count. We could use some more. Backstab is good control, though. So it's between these 2. Let's get the Sun Cleric just to get that little boost on our guys, because a lot of our guys are rather weak. Assassinate versus Acidic Swamp Ooze. Assassinate. Can never have enough Assassinates. Tauren Warrior is pretty good, but the Ironbeak Algis will get us more mileage. It's a cheap guy as well, and we get a final choice of Sea Giant, Molten Giant, and Doomsayer. Doomsayer I really don't like. It's a board reset. It's good if you're losing the board, but it has to survive until your turn, which if it had more life would be possible. Sea Giant is good because it'll come out for cheap with a lot of minions on the field, and Molten Giant will be good if you're losing the game. I think I'm going to go with Sea Giant. They're essentially the same guy, but the Sea Giant is based more on the board state, whereas Molten Giant is based on how much damage you take, so we're taking him. Not the best deck. I'm not too confident in its ability to survive, but I've never played a rogue. Maybe this is what a rogue plays like. So we're going to go ahead and go in, and I hope you guys enjoyed this deck selection. Sorry for the little interruption midway, but yeah, that sometimes happens. That's just one of the banes of recording. But if you guys enjoyed it, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time on Hearthstone Arena Trials.